We got a little What Exactly is Classic Plus by Jordy. This was uploaded 19 minutes ago.
When you first started playing World of Warcraft,
okay,
you'd race home from school, throw your backpack.
Bro, I would actually run like this. Like legit, I was known as the guy that would just run with the backpack through the neighborhood. I got to log into WoW so fast. You know, so
throw
fast.
Your backpack on your bed, get on the computer, sit down, and...
Game up. Yep.
Cinema.
Now, regardless of when you started playing, we've all had that feeling of not knowing what's over that mountain, what challenge is next, what piece of gear may be the next big upgrade that some random boss in a dungeon just so happened to drop. The mystery of what was out there kept you firmly locked in, wondering what was next. And I think, or hope so at least, that Classic Plus can give us that feeling back.
I hope so too.
I could talk about Classic Plus every day for the next 2 years. I could do it.
国服目前还没有任何关于 Plus 的这个讨论，所以说有没有我现在还不清楚。
I love Classic, and I want the best version of Classic WoW to be available for the people that want to play it forever.
I want there to be a resource for Blizzard to be like, okay, look, maybe a ton of people want this or a ton of people don't.
Hey guys, I'm Jordy, and Classic Plus, as of this video's release, hasn't officially been announced yet, but thankfully, it does look like we're gonna get it. Blizzard has dropped hint after hint after hint that they're working on something big, with the community frothing at the mouth to figure out exactly what that is.
I'm glad Jordy's on the same page as me. It's like, it's not announced, but like, it's like we're pretty certain, but it's not like announced, but it's like, yeah.
起来！现在立刻马上把 Plus 2.0给我端上来！
So yes, we all want it, but the question I kept running into as I started thinking about a series about Classic Plus, what exactly is Classic Plus?
True.
No, really, I'm asking you, person watching this video.
Me?
What is Classic Plus to you? Okay, think about your answer because we'll come back to you in a sec, but...
Wait, okay. I'm thinking Classic Plus, I'm just gonna pause, Jordy. Classic Plus is up to you. You guys watching the video. It's not up to me, it's up to you. All right, see what I did there? It's, yep, you guys in the chat on YouTube. Yeah, see that?
This is my YouTube video, stay with me here. When I started asking myself that question, I ended up having many conversations with a very good friend of mine, Only.
Hey, I'm Only.
Hey, Only.
I created the Hardcore All-Stars tournament where Blizzard announced official hardcore servers.
Yeah, I just...
Wait. Are they in person together? Or is this some crazy editing where like he sent over the footage on the green screen and they're both sitting down virtually in the tram, but they're different? That's smooth. I made him fly all the way to LA. Wait, real? Okay. I don't know. I was just trying to brainstorm here.
Or servers.
Yeah, I just want to own the server. That's what I want to do.
Nerd.
I met Jordy way back in unofficial hardcore WoW when he killed my priest in Strat UD.
Shackle the gargoyle if it gets you.
Yeah, I will. The diamonds.
LOS all the way behind this wall. We should LOS all the way behind the wall.
I'm netted. Yo, help me get out. I really need help.
Yeah, help him, man.
Hey, we talk shit.
Help him.
Heal him.
Dude.
Bro.
Look, I still argue that wasn't my fault.
That was on him, 100%.
Only and I kept talking about what we'd want to see in Classic Plus, but we kept bumping into a few issues.
First, why should anyone care what one person thinks Classic Plus should be? Sure, we've got a bunch of ideas, we've got our non-negotiables and dreams for what this game could be, but we're not alone in that.
I wanted to be able to flesh out our ideas because talking about things and thinking about things is a good way to figure out what we actually want.
If they ever do Classic Plus, I would love to see them do it like in the spirit of Classic.
You know what I would like to see in Classic Plus?
Classic Plus.
Classic Plus.
Classic Plus.
Classic Plus.
There's no discussion about.
Bro, everyone just wants Classic Plus. I feel like everyone's just like, come on, Blizzard.
Classic Plus. I mean, there is, but like, there's no real hub.
And Soda is right. There isn't.
Old School RuneScape has this great polling system. Jagex asks the community if they should do some new feature or make some new change, and the community votes on whether or not they want that thing to happen. But Blizzard isn't gonna do that. They're either too proud or too scared to offer up the reins of what Classic Plus might be to the community.
But we care a lot about this game, and while the developers have their reasons for doing what they're doing, we wanted to take matters into our own hands and figure that out ourselves. What do we, as the community, think Classic Plus should be?
So, we took the initiative and we made it happen. Introducing the entirely fan-made, with no input from Daddy B whatsoever, WoW Classic Plus.
Guys, this has been in the works for a little bit now. It's live, I guess. WoW Classic Plus. We'll check it out after this video. But apparently it's a fan-made, community-made questionnaire survey to be like, what do you guys want? And maybe Blizzard will take a look. No promises, but maybe Blizzard will be looking at this, okay? So, fan-made Classic Plus website. We'll take a look after this video's over.
A place where we've gone through everything that we could think of to ask you, Intrepid Adventurer, what you want to see.
So right now you can head over to the website and start taking some surveys. An intro survey followed by a bunch of smaller ones covering every aspect of the game we could think of, from zones to PvP to raids and even itemization. Once you're done, you'll be able to see how your answers stacked up with the rest of the community.
And after that, we want to invite you to offer up your big ideas and pitches on the content pages. Now, each of these is built around creating a space for you to give your best ideas up to the community, where people can then vote up or down, and soon enough, the best ideas will be known.
Now, speaking of best ideas, in my previous life, I wrote television. So narrative is super important to me to keep me grounded in the reason I'm doing something. And to me, Classic Plus doesn't really make any sense. Why would the game just change from what it became to what we want to see? And then it hit me. Did you guys know that Doomlord Kha'Zix is actually the guy who opened the dark portal to Outland that enabled TBC? Now, imagine with me, if you will.
The sting of defeat at the conclusion of the Third War. They've waited far too long for my revenge.
Locked in and dialed, here we go.
The shadow of the Legion falls over this world. It is only a matter of time until all of your failed creation is undone.
Super sick.
Contemptible wretch. Legion will conquer all.
I'm out of range.
Not again.
Sick. Super sick. Super sick. What's funny is earlier today, like an hour ago before this video is uploaded, one of the Twitch chatters said, hey Czar, in Classic Plus, what would you like to have happen to the Dark Portal, assuming we don't go to Outlands? We were literally having this discussion an hour ago.
Zug zug. King's honor, friend.
Okay, so that's what I want to see that explains why we're getting Classic Plus, at least narratively.
The Dark Portal is destroyed during Kha'Zix's attempt to open it to Outland, changing the future of Azeroth forever. And right here, we've pitched everything that you just saw on the website.
I'm very excited. Let's check out this website. I'll link to the video here. And this is the website here, which I'm trying to think if I should even take these surveys on stream. Yo, Jordy, you're in the chat. Do you think it's a good or bad idea to do it on stream? Here's the website, by the way. No. Yeah, take them on stream, it's fine. Wait, Jordy says take them on stream, it's fine. Everyone in the chat is saying no, bro. I do have a lot of like opinions, but I don't trying to think. If I do it on stream, I don't want to influence anyone for anything, right? Having said that, I think every streamer is going to be taking it on stream in this next week. What I could do is show each questionnaire and then full cam for when I vote. That could be kind of cool. What do you guys think about that? I just don't show what my vote is. I just show the questions, basically. Yeah, okay, let's do that. Let me log in and see if my Thunder Fury's still here. Yeah, it is. Cool. I'll just keep jumping up and down in AFK. Take survey. Get started with an intro survey. We'll ask you some basic demographic questions to better understand who you are. All right, 20 plus rank 1 Thunder Fury wielder. All right, start intro. Okay, so I have to log into Discord. Let me do that. So it has to like authenticate that I'm a human, so you can't like bot it or anything. And I'll join their Discord too. Wait, where did it go? Jordy, I might need you to link me the Discord. I don't know if I'm in there or not. Anyway, start intro survey. What faction do I normally play? These are fine for on stream because it's, yeah. I usually play Alliance, but I've played whatever is best for Raid Arena this expansion. Yeah, honestly, this is more my vote. It usually ends up being Alliance, but like, yeah, it's like wherever my friends are, whatever is best. It's usually what ends up happening. Cool, I got in the Classic Plus project. Sweet. Which race do you consider your main? Human and undead. Yo, Sneakies, thanks for the tier 1. What class do you consider your main? Prop Paladin. Kidding. Mage. How old am I? Oh, God, goodness. 31 to 36. How often do you play WoW each week? I mean, definitely more than 40 hours. It's not that much. I mean, what is your experience with the various iterations of Vanilla Classic WoW? Vanilla 2004 WoW at launch Ulge. Only expansions beyond Vanilla. 2019 relaunch SOD, Classic Annie, private servers. I played Nostalrius. I don't know if I actually did play SOM. Maybe like one day, but I'll leave it unchecked. What role do you usually play? Main tank? DPS? Oh, I can only pick one. Oh, various. I'll just go DPS. What region? NA. Which of the following labels describes you? Choose as many. Hardcore raider, leveler, auction house gamer. Oh, I can only pick one at a time, Jordy. I'm a leveler, PvP player, and hardcore. I'll put PvP here. I'm not a casual. I can only do one at a time though, Jordy. Maybe make that multiple choice. How likely are you to play Classic Plus? I can't wait to log in. Would you pay a box fee for Classic Plus? I mean, I would, but I don't think we should have to. But I would. If it was like Classic Plus for 60 bucks or don't play at all, like I would, but like I wouldn't want to. I don't think it should be. I think it should be for sub. No, if it costs more than my active sub, I won't play. Like that's not true. I actually would play. If it was 20 bucks, I'd buy it. But I think it should be free. What do you guys think about this one? Click no opinion. Okay, yeah, that's actually a tough one. I think it should be just for an active sub, but that's a tough one. Unreal Engine S graphics. On a scale of 1 to 10, how would you feel about Classic Plus if they changed the game to look via this? Okay, so these are the ones that like maybe I will vote off stream, right? This was like the demographic ones, which are all fine, but like this one, I think going here forward, you guys can talk amongst yourselves in chat. I will vote, full cam, vote, and then scroll down so you guys can't see what I'm doing. Bro, just do it on stream. I mean, I don't want to bias anyone, right? Like we literally just talked about this. Oh man, everyone wants to see what I think. Crap. Guys, do RuneScape streamers take the RuneScape pulls on stream, or is that like against the rules? Yeah, they do. No, don't do it on stream. It's almost better to do this off stream in the sense, right? Yo, Jordy, are you in here? I mean, like, really, what do you think, bro? Because I feel like we already know your answer. I mean, I talk about these things all day. I've talked about this probably 50 times. I've talked about this like 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 50 times. I talk about these things all the time, you know? These are all things that I've talked about. Many, like my opinion is very out there. Jordy says, call him, we can chat about it. All right, one sec. I'm calling Jordy. Hey, what's up, man?
What's up, dude? How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm good. I feel like I just birthed a baby.
Bro, the website looks great. Like this is exactly what we needed. Like a central hub to like pull all of this. This owns. Yeah, so you're tuning into the stream. You kind of know what's going on. I'm kind of like at a crossroads if I should be taking this on stream or kind of keep like should we do like more of like a note like don't do this on stream, because when Blizzard sent out their survey for like retail and stuff, it says like please do not stream this, right? It says like keep it private.
In that scenario, I think it's more might have like NDA stuff they care about, but like in this scenario, I don't know. I'm hoping that enough people understand that their opinions matter, not just yours, and that you guys need to go and vote yourselves.
Right.
Czar has his opinions.
Yeah.
Like be a human being. You know what I mean? Like, but it's more fun to watch you take it on stream. There's a lot of stuff. It's gonna take you a while. I think you do it on stream. I think it's more fun.
All right. So we do it on stream, and then we'll just try to make it very clear that like vote how you want to vote. These are just my opinions, kind of a thing.
Yeah, I would do that. And then I mean, definitely check out the.
Cool. Yeah.
Those are really, really fun, and chat will help. And chat, I don't know if you guys saw, but all of the ideas that you guys submit, we're gonna turn into like an animation like that Kazakh one. The best ones will get turned into a full-fledged thing. So in future videos, we're gonna post those. And
one of my mods goes, Czar told me to vote this way. Bro, unbelievable.
Yeah, guys,
unbelievable. All right, thanks, brother. Well, I'll get to voting then. I'm stoked.
It was good talking. Enjoy it. Yeah.
Yeah, this looks amazing, dude. Nice work.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, definitely. All right, guys. Well, I guess we'll vote. We'll put the asterisk of don't vote how I do, vote how you want, because the idea is we want as many people's opinions as possible, right? Everyone that's gonna play Classic Plus, right? Like we want your voice to be heard. So don't just Unreal Engine-esque graphics, lighting, polygon count 1. I don't want that, man. Keep the graphics 2004. Okay, maybe I'm like a 3. You don't have to. You don't want Unreal, like for me, like I don't want the Unreal Engine style. I think it looks crappy. You could maybe upgrade the graphics a tad to make it look like how Kata does, but I don't want it like this at all. So I would say like maybe like a 1 or a 2. Modern WoW character models, absolutely not. Touch the models and I quit. Like seriously, bro, don't do that. Modern WoW character animations, seriously, don't do that. Modern WoW spell effects, no thank you. Modern WoW UI, no, absolutely not. How would you like, I mean, so all of these, I hope they're not like a big surprise. I've talked about all these hundreds of times on stream. Like, no, it needs to look like classic, right? Like, duh, right? Come on. How would you like Blizzard to handle the server rollout? Many servers that launch, some PvP, some PvE. A condensed server list like in SOD with consolidations happening over time. 1 mega server, only 1 mega server. No opinion. I like the condensed server list like SOD. I think multiple realms could make sense, but like it shouldn't be like so many. Like I want enough. Either that or just a mega server. But like a condensed server list is fine by me. Hydra, thanks for the T1 sub, bro. How would you feel if Classic Plus had an element of seasonal servers resetting every couple of years? No, don't reset the servers. I think if you want to do seasonal stuff, you do it like RuneScape. So you have seasonal events that give you rewards for the main game. So for example, you could do like a season of discovery that goes for 3 months. You play the 3 months, it's fun. And at the end you get like a cool like tabard or something. But like, I don't think you should just have more fresh realms. Like that's the problem we're in right now. How do you feel about layers in Classic Plus? This is a really tough question. Like you can't really answer it with any of these 3. The overall layers suck, but there's always an opportunity cost, right? You can't just have layers or no layers. It's if we have no layers, what's the new tech? That's the question. It's not just no layers. It's no layers, then what? Like no layers, then what? Something has to replace it because it's how so many people can play at once. More servers works. Sharding on retail works, right? You can't just say no layers then have no follow-up though, right? It's a technical requirement. I would like no layers, but we'd have to figure out what to do instead. Oh man, that's a tough one. I'll put no opinion because if you remove layers, you might have to put something in worse. Here's I'll just verbally say my opinion. My opinion is on new content updates and server launches, you need layers from a technical standpoint, but then you get down to no layers as soon as humanly possible, hopefully within 1-2 months. So layers shouldn't exist besides big content updates where they need to exist. Outside of that, you get down to one as fast as humanly possible. That's my opinion. I hope, yeah. Next section in game. Should the size of raids be reduced from 40? So here is where a lot of you might disagree with me, and I welcome the disagreement. I like smaller raids personally. Reduce raid size to 20, allow me to bring more than 20. I want it like SOD. The way they did it in SOD works. Reduce required raid size by implementing flex rating so we can bring more players and the challenge stays the same. Or flex rating works. Or just reduce, any of these three work to me. Just straight 40 mans are brutal. I'm trying to think which one I like the best. The way it worked in SOD was simple and it worked. Maybe just that. I think flex would be fine too. I don't know. That's a hard one. I don't actually know. It's like one or the other. Should dungeon finder be implemented? Yes, but only to group you, but you still need to travel to the dungeon. Yeah, I think that's fine. Yes, but only to group you, which I think is in cat. Well, you already have that here, right? You can looking for group. Yeah, that's already in the game. Should summoning stones outside of dungeons and raids be implemented? No, but warlocks should be able to put down warlock gates, I think. Should there be heroic dungeons? Ooh. I think heroic, maybe. Depends how they implement them. Should there be rated PvE in Classic Plus? Like Mythic Plus, Mage Tower, Prestige levels, level 60 rating, leaderboards, etc.? Honestly, probably not. I think this gets toxic too fast. I think I would maybe like it, but I think for the community, probably not. Yeah, probably not. I think Mage Tower is cool, but not let me see. I think Mage Tower challenges could be cool, but I don't think the game should have Mythic Plus. I'll just put no, but I do want challenge stuff like Mage Tower. Should there be rated PvP in Classic Plus? This is another tough one. This is a big question because I want rated. I don't think rated arenas belong in Classic Plus, which I know there's a lot of pushback there, which is fine. I don't think the game works in Classic for arenas unless you change DRs, which you could do, but then you'd have to change trinkets, which you could do. Then you'd have to change you have to change so much to make them even slightly fun, which I don't know if I'd want. But rated battlegrounds. So yes to rated battlegrounds, no to arenas, yes to dueling. Yes to dueling, yes to rated battlegrounds, no to arenas is what I would say. I guess overall I'll put yes then, but I'd still put no to arenas. Should AoE looting be implemented? That's a toughie. I'll just put yes. I don't know, man. I don't care about this. Actually, you know what? I'll put no opinion. That's better. I'll put no opinion. I don't care, bro. What features of world buffs would you want to see in Classic Plus? I'm trying my best to not read chat too, so I don't get double bias. What features of world buffs would you want to see in Classic Plus? No world buffs ever. Alternative sources, weaker. Yeah. No world buffs, alternative sources, and weaker. Those are all nice. Even Chrono Boon is too much work, I think. Non-dispellable. Yeah, I think one of these. How would you feel if Classic Plus trimmed the capabilities of add-ons and weak auras? That's a tough one. That's what they're doing in retail. Give me a second. Let me wait to see how it plays out in midnight. I don't know. I don't know. Let's see how it plays out first on retail, dude. They're doing it. I just downloaded Deadly Boss mods for the first time 3 days ago. So I mean, I generally don't really use them. I don't really care, but that is so big for so many people. I feel like I don't really care. Just let me keep my combat quality of life add-ons. I prefer my add-ons in weak auras, leave them alone. I won't play Classic Plus if they have my ability to use weak auras and add-ons. That is a tough one, bro. I feel like I don't really care that much. I'm not that guy. I use pretty close to a stock UI anyway, so it doesn't bother me, but I think people might rage. Maybe I'll put this one. Just let me keep my combat quality of life add-ons. Imagine as a pally, you couldn't get the seal twisting weak aura. Imagine as a warrior, you couldn't get a battle shout reminder weak aura. That's out of combat. Oh yeah, out of combat. Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. That's my point. Right? Exactly. That's what I'm saying. So it's that's tough. That's really tough. Should mount level requirements be low? Maybe I'll even put no opinion here. Oh, that's so tough. That's so tough. I don't know, man. Is it weird to think for Classic Plus you just leave it alone because it's working? I think for Classic you just leave it alone. I don't know. It doesn't have to reinvent the wheel. Here's the line of logic I'm thinking about right now. It's not a problem in Classic. The content's easy enough to clear with or without the weak aura. It's not an issue that needs to be solved, so leave it alone. If it's not an issue, leave it alone. Why is it an issue on retail? Well, there's power creep because the content can't be cleared without it. So now it's like, okay, now I need it. So it's an issue on retail, it's not on Classic, so leave it alone. Yeah, that's my final answer. That makes more sense. Should mount level requirements be lowered? Keep them the same. Should flying mounts be implemented? No. Should kill buildings be implemented? Yes. Should Classic Plus have achievements? Ooh, that's a tough one. I'll put no opinion. Should reps be streamlined and made easier to level? I haven't done any of the classic rep farm. Like I haven't done like the Scepter quest line, for example, to open AQ. I haven't done like the brutal ones. I've done the Furbolg farm like once. I don't know. I'm gonna put no opinion since my opinion, like I haven't really done them enough to know. How do you feel about adding transmog? Bad. Should a separated collections inventory be implemented for toys and mounts? I actually wouldn't mind that. I think Sod did that. I think like a toy box. I wouldn't mind that. I think they did that. Should Classic Plus allow GTKPs? I am not a fan of GTKPs personally. I think it promotes gold buying and then it also is just whoever buys more gold gets the item. I think it's troll. And I'm saying that as a streamer when I have a lot of gold too. I think it's just toxic. Should the level cap be ever increased to 60? No, never. Never. I don't think so. Should Classic Plus have new zones? No, keep the original zones and expand on them. I think at least for the first long time, original zones and expand on them. 5+ years from now, 10 years from now, if you want to add in islands and stuff, like you kind of have to, sure. But like for a long time, no. So this would be like revisited like 5 years from now. There's so much content to be done in Azeroth. If yes, where in Azeroth or beyond would be okay with you for these zones to be? Only the main 2 continents. Anywhere in Azeroth and any other planet dimension is fine. No, so I don't want planet dimensions. So I guess anywhere in Azeroth. Like islands, I guess are fine. But like not for a while. Like no, but when they do it, this one. Should new content be added for leveling? Yes, of course. Should leveling be sped up? No, the leveling pace is great. Should there be more class-specific quests? Yes, but only to unlock abilities and spells like Warlocks, Demons, or Priest racials. I just think yes in general. They're fun. Should there be more epic quest lines like Rockdalar? Oh, totally. Which of the following best describes how you'd like to see changes to Classic Plus old raids? Now, that's a good question. So the old raids own for what they are. Like, do you want Molten Core to have more mechanics or Nax to have extra mechanics, kind of like Sod? Let me think about that one. That's a toughie. Add more complex and difficult mechanics similar to Sod. There's also new bosses and areas within them. Tune them as needed for any change in player power, but keep the spirit of the original raid. Maybe I like this answer. That's kind of nice. That's a tough question though. It's either this answer or this answer. Like I don't know. Maybe this one. Should there be new raids? Yeah, totally. Yes, but only stuff that already exists, like Kara and Krimbatol. Well, start there. Yes, propose raids that already exist in the world, plus create some new interesting content. Yeah, like one of these two. Should Classic Plus have new playable races? And if so, which of the following categories would be acceptable? New playable races that already exist in Azeroth. I think new playable races is fine, but it doesn't need it on launch. It could be down the road. Should Classic Plus have new classes? No. Should new race class combos be added? Yes. But only stuff that within the lore makes sense. Yeah. Should the Horde have Paladins and the Alliance Shamans? I think they should. I know this is a big one that people might push back on. I don't know. TBC is kind of nice. It makes balancing easier. I totally get why you would say no, though. I totally get why you would say no. But for me, I don't care. That's a tough one. This one will probably be very split. Should classes be reworked? Like new baseline abilities, spells, class rule combos? Some new spells that modernize ability rotations like Rep Pallies just don't completely change them. So Sod went crazy with it. Shouldn't be that. The classes in vanilla keep them the same. It's like, no, they need something new. I'd say this one. Some new spells that modernize ability rotations like Rep. Of the following, what's the most important change needed to raid buff in Classic? Raid buff should cost less mana. Raid buff should no longer require reagents. Raid buff should be a single cast raid wide. Raid buff should be combined so multiple classes can bring different things. No. I don't know. I don't like that one. These three though. Should talent specs be reworked? Somewhat, but only a light touch. I don't want complete reworks. Should new talent specs be added for classes like Guardian, Druid, or Tank Shaman? I actually wouldn't mind those two. Tank Shaman and Guardian Druid kind of make sense, but I don't want like new specs for every class. Yes, but limit it to stuff that makes sense. Yeah, that's fine. But I don't want like fully new stuff. They're like everywhere. Should every spec be competitive in both PvE and PvP? Not in most cases, but vanilla hybrid classes don't perform well in PvE outside of healing. Those classes could use a bit of love. No, not every spec needs to be perfectly raid/PvP viable. Overtuning for PvE balance could break PvP and vice versa. This is a hot take, but no. Once you try to balance every spec, you know what that means? Every class has AoE, every class has mobility, because you need it for dungeons, you need it for movement, you need it, like, no. If you're a warrior, maybe you suck at dueling, but you're great at battlegrounds. If you're a warrior, maybe you suck at dueling, but you top the meters, right? So pick your class. I think it's fine to have individual classes that are bad at things and good at things. I feel pretty strongly about that. Should dual specs be implemented? Yes. Should new professions be added? Yes. They'd have to be good, but yes. Should professions be updated to have more endgame relevance? Yes. I'm not a robot. We got a CAPTCHA. Woohoo! Guys, we completed the intro survey. All right, let's take a break. Do you guys think I'm an idiot after... I didn't read chat that whole time, so I didn't want you guys to bias me either. I mean, I've talked about every single one of those questions at depth already, so I don't think anyone's too surprised, but... Is that Thunder Fury still there? Let me check. Yeah, looks like it's still here. Actually, let me relog to see if it's still there. Yeah, it's still here. Have I seen the newest rap video? Yeah. The no new zones? I mean, there should be new zones, but you just start with the old world. Bum ba bum. Oh my gosh. There's a rat over there. I need to kill this rat real quick. One sec, guys. I need to kill this one too. Need to kill this one too. Alright, Stormwind's safe once again. Alright, let's get back to it. Oh yeah. Our protector. Xaryu the rat hunter. Man, website looks great. So that was the intro survey. There's a world survey, a player survey, and a system survey. Should we do all of this today? Or should we do some tomorrow, some the next day? Like, I'm trying to think. You guys want it all? Give it to me, Czar. I'm gonna need to drink some water. My throat kind of hurts from talking so much. Yapping. Dino, thanks for the prime. Fuego, thanks for the prime. Ryder, thanks for the prime. Tybo, thanks for the prime. Wander, thanks for the prime. Cali Cal, thanks for the 103-month prime. John, thanks for the prime. Thurnos, thanks for the prime. Hunting, thanks for the prime. Hydra, thanks for the tier 1. E-Rock, thanks for the tier 1. $5 super chat from Danbro. He says, on stream, we know most of your opinions. Yeah, that's why I'm doing it. And Eulogy, thanks for the 5. We've seen the trailer. Kazdan, thanks for the prime. Malicious, thanks for the prime. I hit 60. Grats. Sub, thanks for the prime. Munchie, thanks for the prime. Jaber, thanks for the prime. Wow, lots of questions. Let's talk about dungeons. Pick the top 3 dungeons you enjoy leveling with in Classic WoW. Don't have to think about this too much. Scarlet Monastery, Dead Mines, and Zul'Farrak. Are you kidding me? Of course. Now pick the top 3 dungeons you think need major revamping. BFD, RFK maybe. It says pick the top 3. Guys, SM is 1 ID. It counts. BFD, RFK, and what else needs revamping? Those are like the big 2. I don't know if any other raid needs a revamp. I'll put Shadowfang Keep. Like, I don't even know. Can I put 2? Maybe I'll try 2. At launch, given a finite amount of developer resources, should more effort be putting into creating entirely new dungeons or improving old dungeons? I like how this question is worded. It implies that everything has an opportunity cost. Oh, stockades. That's a good one. I'll do stocks. Yeah, stocks. There we go. It applies that everything has an opportunity cost. It's not just do everything. It's, okay, you have a finite amount of resources. Where do you spend them? Where do you put your time? If you do one thing, it means not doing another. If you do one thing, it means not doing another. I feel like that needs to just be like very clearly said to people all the time, forever. It's like, yes, I like every question should be started like this. Anyway, new dungeons will be fun to experience at launch. Focus on them. Try to balance between the two. Make some new ones and fix the extra bad ones. I'd say probably a balance at the start. Should more open world dungeons and quests associated be added? Think areas like Jadenar and Fellwood, Stromboli Keep and Arathi, or Dark Whisper Gorge and Winter Spring. I love those. I like them. How do you feel about rare spawns inside of dungeons? I like them. Yeah, I like them. How do you feel about lockout caps? I don't like them, but I think they prevent botting and stuff. If you have like infinite lockout caps, more people get boosted and bot. So if you could have no lockout cap with, yeah, I think we just keep them. Yeah, like rogues and mages and stuff can, yeah. How do you feel about dungeon, like more breaks if you remove them, right? How do you feel about dungeons having a rotating a random boss spawn within a specific loot? I don't like it. I don't like these. These are annoying. I actually don't really like them. Yo, Elo, thanks for the prime. Willies, thanks for the prime. Token, thanks for the prime. I don't like these, man. These are annoying. Maybe it's part of classic, but it's like, bro, if you've ever tried farming that belt at BRD, it's like 150 runs later. Should there be heroic dungeons in Classic Plus? That's such a tough one. Like, maybe. I'm gonna put no opinion here. Should there be Mythic Plus? I think no. Should certain bosses or areas be locked behind requiring a specific class or profession in your dungeon group, e.g. a rogue locking a door, druid commuting? Yeah, I like that. I like that it's like we need a shaman. Oh, we need a rogue here. Oh, we need a mage here. I think that's kind of cool. Yo, Keybobs, thanks for the prime. Glad you enjoy. Should player power chase items be extremely low drop rate items in dungeons, or should these only cosmetic drops? Fell Striker, Iron Foe, SGC, etc. I feel like these items are different than the random boss thing. The random boss thing feels like terrible when you don't even get the right boss, but like something like a Fell Striker, you assume you're not gonna get it, but if you do, it's kind of sick. I don't know. I feel like these are like farming SGC. I don't mind farming SGC. What's annoying is the random boss. I don't know. Maybe that's not very consistent logic, but I feel like this is fun, but this is annoying. Should there be solo challenges like Mage Tower? Yes. Yes. I love that. Should Dungeon Finder be implemented? If so, teleports you to a dungeon. Yes, automatic forming, but I still have to travel to the... Wait, no, not auto forming. Yes, but only as an in-game UI. Yeah, this one. Should summoning stones outside of dungeons? No, getting to the dungeon adds to the experience. Yeah, I want running the dungeons. I think locked summons are fine. All right, guys. We need another survey. Cool. Gotta say it, boys. This website's gonna make Classic Plus trash. If you think the accumulation of people's opinions is trash, then I don't know what to tell you. Like, yeah, that's pretty much it. For example, I don't want Mythic Plus, for example, or arenas, for example. But if the majority of people wanted it, then that's how it's gonna be. I'm just getting attuned to raids. Yeah, I don't mind short attunes. Some of them are a little long. NECG, yeah, we're doing raids soon. Yeah, the website's great, man. We can see just, yeah, what people want. It's fantastic. Yeah, we saw the rad video. It's fantastic. The problem is the community at large usually don't know what's good for the game. I think that's why voting is good, because you can try something and see if the community likes it. And if they don't, then you can vote it back out. Right? I think that's why it's good. I think that's one of the reasons why it's good. And like you have this kind of this ship that you can steer, and if you go in the wrong direction, you can course correct. Like I think that's what's important, is the course correct part. But let me say this again, because I feel like I'm not being very clear here. The community will make mistakes. That's inevitable. What's important is we can course correct. There are going to be things we vote on that end up sucking, but then we can vote them out. The important part is that we're in charge and that we can course correct when, not if, we make mistakes. That's the important part. Is that like, hopefully that's something that we can agree on. Like, yes, there's going to be mistakes, but at least we can then change them, right? It took OSRS 7 years to figure it out. It just takes time. Well, that's my point. Yeah, like it might suck for a while, but like hopefully we can keep voting and keep zigzagging this thing until it's like, oh, nice. Now we got something great, you know? Just takes a while. All right, let's go lore. Oh man, so I don't know a lot of lore. So my opinions here are gonna suck. All right, how would you rate the story as a whole? I don't know the full story. I would need a full refresher. So I don't know. I need a no opinion button. From what I do know, it seems pretty solid. I really wish there was a no opinion button here. Yeah, because I really don't know. Do you feel Classic WoW does a good job explaining the story and its storytelling? I have haven't done lore research, man. I guess that could mean no. I barely know who anyone is, but that's my problem. I'm not gonna put that on Blizzard. That's me. Like any game I've ever played, I'm bad at lore, man. I need to really focus and think about it. That's not a me. That's not a Blizzard problem. That's a me problem, man. I'll put somewhat, I guess. I don't know. What's the best major story told in Classic WoW? Oh god, dude, I don't know about the lore, man. Morladim was cool. That quest chain was sick. I've read that one 100 times. The one in Duskwood, yeah, Morladim. What's the worst story you're aware of told in Classic WoW? The worst story? Let me think about the worst possible story. I don't know, guys, give me ideas here. I don't know. Missing Diplomat? I actually kind of like the Missing Diplomat quest. Mancrick's wife? I mean, that's like from Lord of the Rings, right? Or not Lord of the Rings, Star Wars. It's kind of solid. Legend of Stalvin? Legend of Stalvin's kind of sick too. I've done all these quests a ton. Wait, what am I getting question marked on? The Turtle Escort in Tenaris? That story's actually kind of good though once you get to the end. From Star Wars? Is Mancrick's wife not from Star Wars? Wait, I'm getting question marked. You have to find Mancrick's wife and she's like at the camp like dead or whatever, right? Or am I thinking of a different quest? Yeah. Why is everyone question marking it? How is it from Star Wars? It's a Star Wars reference, isn't it? You have to kill the boars or whatever? It has nothing to do with from Star Wars. No question mark. Wait, I thought this was a Star Wars reference. Anakin's mom, yeah. Everyone's calling me an idiot. Am I thinking of a different quest? Bro, you're right. Hold on. Don't listen to Twitch chat. They're wrong. Chat is cooked. Okay, guys, if you didn't know, this is a Star Wars reference from episode, is it 3 or 2? 3. 2. It's from episode 2, guys. Holy crap. You guys were making me think I was crazy. Everyone's question marking me. And I was like, guys, hold on. Is Mancrick's wife quest lost in battle from Classic WoW a Star Wars reference? Guys, Google doesn't know anything. Now, hold on. I need, hold on. What? We got to go deeper. We got to go deeper. I always thought this was a Star Wars reference. Is it really not? There's no way. No, the Mancrick's wife quest, officially named Lost in Battle in WoW, is not a Star Wars reference. It is instead one of the most famous memes in early WoW history. Yeah, you Googled it just like I did. Guys, this has to be a Star Wars reference. We battled in a small torn camp when we were separated. She held 3 of the bristlebacks off by herself, but the odds began to overwhelm us. I led some away only to see her overwhelmed by newcomers. In my rage, I turned to face my enemies, but they brought me down easily with their vast numbers. I awoke to a torn druid tending my wounds. He had to come across me in the ghoul roads as I fell. Please, find some sign of my wife. You're looking for the guy's wife. Guys, it's a Star Wars reference. It has to be. There's no way it's not a Star Wars reference. Has to be. Nothing Star Wars about it. Guys, Anakin's mom, he married the other dude. The other dude tells Anakin to go find the wife. And there's a bunch of boars, aka the people on the planet that had her captured, and you find her and she's dead. What do you mean? What do you mean there's nothing to do with Star Wars? What are you talking about? Hold on. Does no one in the comments say Star Wars anywhere? There's no way. There's no way. Am I really wrong? There's no way. I'm stretching. I thought this was common knowledge. Oh my gosh. Maybe I'm wrong. Oh my gosh. Hold on. Chat. I need a pull here. Am I actually wrong about this? Mancrick's wife. Yes, Star Wars reference. No Star Wars reference. Okay. Everybody vote. I need to relax. I'm feeling better. I'm feeling much better. Don't let people ruin it for you. Even if it wasn't intentional, it made you happy that they put a Star Wars reference in there. Just believe it anyway. My whole life is a lie. Oh my gosh! Really? Oh. How is Mancrick's wife not a Star Wars reference? It was episode 2, not episode 3. Can I watch this on stream? It's a YouTube video, but... Yeah. And then you go kill all the bristleback boars. Every single time I've ever done this quest, I'm like, oh yeah, here it is. This is the Star Wars quest. Which friend told you this? I think I put it together myself, but I thought everyone thought this. That's his mom, not his wife. Yeah, Mancrick's wife. Yeah. But we're Anakin in the quest? Yeah. But not Anakin's wife? Yeah, Mancrick's wife. Anakin's mom married the dude. I guess she was a slave, but kind of married. He kind of liked her, I think, you know, whatever. I don't know how guys, I'm confused about the question marks. Guys, you know what? In my head, this is the Star Wars quest. I think, yeah, I can't believe all these comments aren't filled with, wow, I'm glad they put in a Star Wars reference. Jeez. Can't believe I'm wrong here. Who made this quest? We got to reach out to the guy who made this quest and see if it was inspired by Star Wars. Press 1 in the chat if you agree with me. Is there anyone? Press 1 in the chat if you agree with me. There's a couple ones. That's a Star Wars reference, guys. It is. I just can't believe I'm this alone on that. Anyway, back to the survey. What was the worst story you were aware of told in Classic WoW? I don't even know. I can honestly see it. His mom marries Lars and she gets taken with the sand people he sends you to, Anakin, to go find her, and then you kill them all. Yes. Yeah. That's right. Like, the reference does make sense, but maybe it's a stretch. I don't know. Maybe it's now the Star Wars quest to me too. Yeah. There we go. The movie had just come out earlier too. Oh, it's probably not a reference because when was this quest made? When did Star Wars Episode 2 come out? 2002. Classic WoW came out in 2004, but they probably, well, you know, they might have done the quest around this time. I don't know, a little more evidence, who knows? I don't know. Timeline, maybe? The quest itself, consumed by hatred, and the NPC dialogue strongly mirror the dark side philosophy that consumed characters like Darth Maul. Yeah. Okay, consumed by hatred. Okay, so this is the quest that I'm talking about. It's is it the one before or after Mancrick's wife? You have to kill all the Quilboars, you get 30 of them. And it's called Consumed by Hatred. They murdered my wife. This is the quest right after. They burned my homestead. They murdered my wife and burned my homestead. Since that awful night, I have traveled these lands from the sun's rising till its decline, scouring the horizons for more of these monsters. I've killed every pig man I've come across, but my thirst for their blood is far from quenched. Kill them, kill as many as you can, bring me their tusks. That's why I always thought it was Star Wars. Makes perfect sense. I'm kind of on Czar's side now. There's no way I'm the only person that put this together, man. This has gotta be Star Wars. It makes a lot of sense. It's gotta be some type of loose reference. There's no way. I just can't believe there's this many people that, like, maybe I am an idiot. God, I can't believe there's not more comments. Do a poll. I already did a poll. 80% of people think I'm dumb. If you don't think it is, you're not listening. It's kind of what I'm thinking. Except it existed years prior to the Star Wars. Well, Star Wars came out in 2002. This came out in 2000, almost 2005, end of 2004. Guys, I don't know. I've always seen this as the Star Wars quest, all right? So maybe I'm wrong, but maybe I'm not wrong. No one else on the comments seems to think so, though. Yes, consumed by hatred quests in World of Warcraft, specifically in the Barrens, is widely considered by the player base to be a direct reference to Star Wars Episode 2, Attack of the Clones. Where did you get that? That is correct. The Consumed by Hatred quest, ID 899 in the Barrens, initiated by the NPC Mancrick at the Crossroad, is widely accepted by the World of Warcraft community as a reference to the Anakin Skywalker's dialogue in Star Wars Episode 2, Attack of the Clones. The dialogue from Attack of the Clones, Anakin tells Padme, after killing the Tusken Raiders, I killed them all. They're dead, every single one of them, and not just the man, but the woman and the children too. And you go to the quest line, and it says, kill them, kill as many as you can. I don't know, man. The Mancrick says, they murdered my wife, they burned my homestead, I've killed every pig man I've come across. You can help me kill them, kill as many as you can. The theme, both stories feature a character consumed by rage after the violent death of a loved one, leading them to slaughter pig men. There it is, guys, there's no way I'm wrong on this, chat, there's no way. There it is. Guys, this is the Star Wars quest. This is it. There it is. Oh my gosh. There it is. Anyway, about the survey, gotta check your sword real quick. Yep, it's still there. Okay. What is the best story told in Classic WoW? Mancrick's wife, the story that parallels Star Wars Episode 2. It's a good story. I like that quest a lot. What's the worst story you're aware of in Classic WoW? I don't even know. What is the worst story? Shadowlands. STV pages. Oh, that's brutal. Mancrick's wife. Again. In a 2024 retrospective interview, lead quest designers for WoW Classic dropped a bombshell that reframed one of the game's We wanted Barons to feel like Tatooine, unforgiving, isolating. Wait, where, guys, link for where you're getting this. Based on the context of WoW, the senior developer is likely referring to the development of the Barons and its design philosophy to evoke Tatooine from Star Wars A New Hope. Where are you getting this? Is this from an interview? Nothing about Star Wars in this article at all. I don't know where you guys are finding this. People are spamming it in the chat. Yo, Jehudi, thanks for the prime. Anyway, I don't know. Should Caverns of Times be added as a tool? We keep moving on. Goodness gracious. I was copy and pasting something from the YouTube chat, Twitch. They were, I thought they were linking an article, so I just Googled it to see if the article would come up, which it didn't. Okay. Should Caverns of Times be added as a tool for more dungeons, raids, and lore? Okay, my brain is going so many directions. Definitely the Caverns of Time is a great tool. Absolutely, yeah, no question there. Should minor factions and reps be expanded on? Check all you'd be interested in, seeing you get a bigger part of the lore in the game. Whoo! Definitely Ravenholt. Definitely Ravenholt. After playing a rogue, for sure. I mean, honestly, like, I feel like a lot of these. Ooh, Defias Brotherhood, that could be cool. Steamweedle Cartel could maybe be cool. I mean, honestly, a lot of these. Venture Co could be kind of cool. I mean, just like yes in general. Bloodsail Buccaneers, Frostbane Trolls. I mean, this could be kind of cool all around. The Syndicate, Ogre Clans, Centaur. I mean, yeah. I mean, I don't see why not. I'm trying to think which one I wouldn't want. Maybe just, I'll just kind of do all of them. Maybe some of these like don't need it, like Brood maybe, or like Cenarian Circle maybe, but like, yeah, let's just do all of them. Or maybe like Darkmoon Fair. Let's do all of them. Sounds fun. Is it important to you if the story told in Classic Plus leads from face to face in a cohesive way? I feel like it's not a big deal to me, but I know a lot of people care about it. Like, I'd rather have, you know, maybe it's more of a deal than I care to admit, actually. Like, I don't think it's a big deal, but if all the stuff goes all over the place, it is kind of annoying. Maybe I don't consciously think it's a big deal, but like subconsciously as a gamer, I do care, or something like that. Should each phase or cluster of phases conclude a storyline before picking up a new arc, or can stories run concurrently? Yes, otherwise it's hard to keep track of what we're doing. No, it's fun bouncing between different threats. I would rather go with number one. Which of the following villains and major enemies in WoW have you considered a compelling story? Oh gosh, I'm so bad at lore. This has been the hardest survey ever. The most compelling story. I mean, Edwin Van Cleef, I've done Deadmines a lot. Ragnaros, maybe Anixia is number one. Illidan, maybe number one actually. Maybe Cthulhu. I have a really bad, oh, Arthas is here. Where's Arthas? Where's Arthas? Oh, here, upper right. I have a real, like, guys, I'm bad at lore, man. Like, anything else you'd like to mention about the lore? No, I suck. Oh my gosh. Bro, my lore is bad. All right, there we go. But I still think I'm right about, okay. Breeze God, thanks for the sub. Jehudi, thanks for the sub. Swedish, thanks for the prime. Avant, thanks for the prime. Check your Thunder Fury again. Let me see if it's still there. It's still there. Maybe you should start each stream with a lore video. I actually did do that for retail lore last year, I think, for a while. Like, I know more about lore than I did before, but I never really have done it for classic. Because I was playing Warathan like last year, like a year and a half ago, and I was like, what is going on with the lore? So I watched some lore videos to kind of catch up. But I don't know if I've ever done it for classic. Quests and leveling. Some of these should be easier. How do you feel about the leveling speed? It's just right. Should Classic Plus have phase level caps? No, probably not. It was, okay, if you do it, they have to be short phases. Like, having SOD have phase 1, 2, 3, like, everyone just quit. Like, if SOD came out in phase 8, it would have been crazy. So probably not. Rank these quests in terms of how much you like them, with 1 being your favorite, type to 11 being your least favorite. Oh, wow. I rank all of these? Kill X number of mobs, loot them, fetch this item, escort, carry this thing from one NPC to another, kill a specific raid boss, discover this location, craft a certain number of things, an enemy dropping a quest item that begins a new quest, quest objective isn't fully explained, you need to figure it out, discover this location, kill number of enemies, loot X number of items, fetch this item from this place and bring it back to me, escort this NPC from point A to point B, raid boss. Ooh, it's kind of tough. I could sit here and think about this for like half an hour probably. Crafting is the worst. Escorts are pretty bad. Carry this thing, annoying. Discover this location, annoying. Yeah, it's like a good bottom 4. Fetch an item and bring it back. Loot the number of mobs. Kill the number of mobs. Kill a raid boss. Limited time thing. Yeah, this is probably a decent list. That's a tough one though. It's probably a decent list here, maybe. Do you feel like the flow of quests in vanilla WoW lead you from zone to zone in a natural way? Yeah, it's not bad. Yeah, there's some gaps, but it's pretty good. Like it could maybe be slightly better, but it's definitely solid. Should there be more quest hubs within existing zones? I think here and there, maybe a few hubs. How do you feel about puzzle quests like the Captain Sanders Hidden Treasure or Quadrangulation from Sod? I don't know if I did this one. I think they're kind of cool. Yeah, here and there, just not too often. Yeah, it's fine. How do you feel about repeatable quests like dailies, weeklies, and rep turn-ins? I don't want dailies, but like rep turn-ins like for Brood of Nozdormu like scales or something, I think are fine. Maybe I'll either go with boring or I see the value as long as they don't give player power. I don't want dailies. Maybe I'll do this one. Should there be daily, weekly world quests? No, probably not. Should every class get more class quests on top of the existing ones? Yes, but only to unlock abilities and spells like warlocks, demons, or priests. Yes, class quests are fun to expand on the RPG and explore lore while making leveling feel different every time. Yeah, I think class quests are awesome. How do you feel about group quests while leveling? Group quests are annoying. Group quests are fine as long as they aren't too numerous. Yeah, I think that's good. I want some here and there, but not too many. Should quest reward gear be buffed? Somewhat. Try to make the extra terrible items at least somewhat usable. Yeah. They don't have to be crazy good, but somewhat usable. Should attunements be streamlined, made easier? Sure, cut out the aggressive travel sections to keep the spirit. Yes, I'm tired of going to BRD or grinding righteous orbs just to enter a raid. Cut it down and allow players to walk in easily. No, if you touch Ani, I'll lock you away with Marshall Windsor. That's funny. I like attunements, but I think they should be account wide. Oh, the next question, should they be account wide? Yes, but maybe just make a shortened quest line instead of a simply account wide. I think like like something short would be fine, like really short, like, or maybe just account wide. I like the account wide thing. Like I think you have to do them, like don't touch it, but then it's account wide is probably fine. I think that's fine. You do it once per account, then you're done. How would you feel if Classic Blood had prestige levels, like where you could level above 60 but gain no player power? Probably not. What if your prestige levels give small bonuses to profession, speed? No, probably not. Should there be heirloom type items that you could send your alts for increased XP gains? I think heirlooms actually hurt the leveling experience because like the whole idea of leveling an alt is like, oh, let's see what I get this time around or whatever. I think heirlooms is just like, let's speed to max. I don't really want heirlooms, I don't think. How would you feel if your alts got increasingly more XP the more max level characters you had? No increased XP. The thing about Classic is so much of it's the leveling experience for so many people. So you want to keep the leveling experience this really robust thing and dynamic thing. So I think things that make it different, like class quests, like we talked about here, like group quests, or like new quest hubs, like this is all good. Quest leveling challenges are also great, but things that make it quicker, probably not so much. Should Classic Plus allow XP toggling for twinking? Ooh, I wouldn't mind that. Wouldn't mind that. Whew, man, this is a lot of questions. Wow. A lot of great questions though. This survey is fantastic. I'm gonna go to the restroom real quick, guys, and get some more water. My throat like hurts because I've been talking non-stop. I'll be right back, one sec. Let's see if the Thunder Fury is still there. Yeah, it is. Okay, I'll be right back. All right, guys, we're back. Surveys. You can't choose an option that basically says no attunements and then say account-wide attunements on a separate question. I don't remember exactly how the questions were stated, but it was like the first one was like I see. Okay, yeah, so I see what you're saying. Yeah, so like on the first question, it's like, yes, keep the attunements. The second one is account wide. I see what you're saying. Are you playing Draenor if it happens? I hope not. Systems is the most important survey. Okay. What hype? Oh my goodness. Economy, reps, and more, itemization, mechanics, PvP. Let's do the PvP one. This should be easy. Should there be war mode? No war mode, just make a PvP versus PvE realm. That's probably the easiest way. How do you rate the original PvP ranking honor system? The original one kind of sucked. How would you change the original honor system? How it is now, it kind of works. Same system, just remove the decay as it is today. Like that kind of works. Remove the weekly rank system, honor goes up, rank goes down. Ranks require set amounts, and as soon as you catch it, you rank up. I mean, the way it works now is kind of fine. Like the revamped one. How would you feel if rank was uncapped, where upon hitting max rank you could continue to prestige but gain no power? I don't know. Would you want arena on classic? Personally, no. If yes, what sizes would you want? So no. How would you feel about a 1v1 arena rank system? Yes. And let me bet gold on the outcome. Yeah. Should you be able to mocker on another player, which means they lose their character? Mocker on a normal realm that makes you lose your character? Probably not. Which of the following would you want to see on PvP gear, if any? Pick as many as you'd like. I think the simplified PvP system works, where you just get more stamina. Like, just don't, like, you don't put PvP power, PvP set bonuses is how it already is. That's fine. Not or normalization, no stats, PvP gear item level scaling, no. Disabling or tuning certain PvE weapons. No, it's just the set bonuses is fine, how it is. Should dishonorable kills exist? No. Bro, dishonorable kills, or at least change how they work. Those are annoying, especially if you're in a raid. How important is it to you that Blizzard adds new battlegrounds? I think there should be a new battleground, but to be frank, it's not that important to me. I think there's way higher priorities, like new raids, new dungeons, new world building, that kind of stuff. I think there should be a new one, but it's not the most important thing. I'd say like a 7 or a 6. 6 or 7. Probably 7. Should more world PvP objectives be added? Yes, but only after making the ones that are in the game now more fun. Yeah, that's a good take. Rate the following world PvP objectives: South Shore versus Terran Mill. Ooh, that would be fun. Battle for Ashen Vale. I mean, it's just Blood Moon event in Sod. Okay, a lot of these I'm thinking about that. As I think about it more, come down to one thing. It's fun if it's not laggy. South Shore versus Terran Mill's fun unless it lags out. Ashen Vale was fun, but it lagged out. Blood Moon was fun, but it lagged out. Blackrock Eruption was fun, but it lagged out. Like, you know, it's fun if it doesn't lag. Unofficial Classic Plus survey. I'll pin this. I don't know. I thought Rock Eruption was fun when they made it like any like Horde could attack Horde and stuff. Blood Moon event was fun when Blood Moon needs some work though. Like they all needed a little work. Like Blood Moon event was too big. It should have probably been just kind of close to the arena or something. The whole zone of STV was too big. Blackrock Eruption was fun once they balanced it, but before the balance it kind of sucked. Battle for Ashen Vale kind of sucked. Watchtower Control EPL, like that could be fun if they added some meaningful rewards maybe. Silithid Sand Capture, I've never really like done that, but I've seen it in like the Barney vids, it looks fun. World Boss Tag Wars in various zones, I don't know, kind of toxic. Killing faction leaders in vanilla, that's fun. Okay, that's like, yeah, that's a tough one. How should the following combat mechanic function? So crowd control, these are some very good questions. To me, it hinges on whether or not you add arena into the game. If you add arena, you rework crowd control. You have to. If you don't add arena, then you should keep it as it is in Classic because it's good for 1v1s, world PvP, and Battlegrounds. So I think they should not add arena and keep CC as it is in Classic. But if they do add arena, then you need to rework it. So it's like it's either or. I will say no arena, but keep CC as it is. Beat resist, keep it as it is because there's a way to outplay it. If you know, you know. Diminishing returns, keep it as it is. That kind of goes hand in hand with CC. And fear pathing, keep it as it is. Should resurrection timers be changed when you die repeatedly in PvP? Yes, make them even longer. Should rated battlegrounds be added? I think RBGs could be cool, yeah. Should solo shuffle? Absolutely not. Should war games be added? Unrated, pre-made versus pre-made. Can't you already war game? It should be in there if it's already not. Should players be allowed to toggle on and off for twinking? Yeah. Should kills in PvP give XP? Maybe yes, but only a very small amount. Like it's kind of fun in New World when you get a kill, you actually like level your weapons. I think yes, but like a very small amount. Like it would never be the best way to level. It would be like a little, and then if you killed someone twice, you wouldn't get any, right? It would just be like a little bit extra. Yes, but a tiny amount. Should the PvP trinket cooldown be reduced? Once again, great question. It hinges on arena. If you add arena, yes, it needs to be reduced. If you don't add arena, no, it shouldn't be reduced. That's the answer. So I'll put no, since we're on the no arena train here. Should Battlegrounds, along with potentially arena or other new PvP content, be released weeks or months after launch or right at the jump? Maybe give it some time. Yeah, let people hit 60 and then, yeah, maybe give it some time. Okay. There we go. The PvP one I have a little bit stronger of an opinion on. But yeah. Silver, thanks for the prime. Breeze God, thanks for the 2-1. Dyslexic, thanks for the gratitude. Congrats on the PB. Yeah, check out the pin message. Explain the no arena. Okay, yeah, so have you read Meditations? Yeah, it's a good one. So yeah, so arena, no arena. So I've talked about this many times, but I think it's a fair thing to be like, wait a minute, why no arena? I think arena in classic doesn't make a ton of sense. It's kind of multi-pronged, but there's two main arguments. The first one is if you add arena, then you also have to reduce trinket cooldown, change DRs, change like how CC works, like change the game to where arena doesn't suck. Now, if you change nothing, arena just sucks. It's awful, right? Like it's really bad. So I think you have to do both. Now, if you do change DRs and change trinkets and you change everything to make arena somewhat okay, then it really hurts an already beautiful thing, which is classic dueling, which is, I hope we can all agree, is a beautiful thing. Like all the duel tournaments are some of the biggest WoW tournaments we've ever seen. People love classic dueling. So I think instead of changing everything to make arena work, you double down on what makes classic great, battlegrounds and dueling and some world PvP. So keep DRs as they are, don't ruin it to make arena fit, right? Don't try to fit a square peg into a round hole, right? That's the first prong. The second prong is, I don't believe Classic Plus should have more things that get people AFK sitting in a city queuing for things. In general, whether it's a dungeon, a raid, an arena, or anything. I believe that people should be forced to go out in the world and experience the world. So I would like something like a duelers arena where people go and travel to this place and you can bet money and see other people duel. That is what I would vote for. Not arena. Arena, easy cop out, no thank you. Things that make classic classic, yes, thumbs up. So it's a long answer. I can understand why some people might push back on that, but or think no arena feels weird, but I think I have good reason for thinking that. So hopefully that makes very insightful answer. Yeah, I mean, I've thought about this a lot. Good take and explanation. There it is. Experience take. I mean, like I said, guys, there's things you can do, but it would kind of just be a cop-out easy thing to do. Like SOD to TBC, for example, or something like that. You changed my mind on classic arenas. Oh, there it is, yeah. Once again, if they put in arenas, like it would be fine, but I think we deserve better. Mechanics survey. Let's take this one. What version of layers would you like to see? Multiple identical layers, as many as necessary to prevent lag and stop the world from being too crowded. No layers, one simultaneous reality for all players. I would like no layers as soon as possible, but they're needed on startup. No layers out in the world, no in cities, multiple identical layers as many to prevent lag and stop the world from feeling too crowded. I would like no layers, but it's not technically possible unless you had a bunch of realms. My take on layers is this. I already said it like 30 minutes ago, but I'll say it again. You have layers for new expansion launches, new big updates, new exciting massive things where you need them, but you get back down to one layer as fast as humanly possible. So I guess multiple identical layers, as many as necessary to prevent lag and stop the world from feeling too crowded. So I guess that. And then get down to one as soon as you can. How would you feel, which is the key point, because I think they don't do that. How would you feel if spell batching was in Classic Plus? Spell batching was vanilla, let's keep it, definitely. How do you feel about the measures taken by Blizzard to prevent boosting? I like them, they prevent gold from being farmed. How would you feel if mobs scaled with your level? Oh god, that'd be awful. No level scaling. How do you feel about the various currencies in WoW? I mean, in retail, there's too many, but in Classic, it's fine. What version of consumables would you want to see in Classic? Flasks, elixirs, food, and more. And all of it is usable at the same time and should be for parsing. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much what Classic rating is. Either a flask or guardian / battle elixir, not both. Okay. Ooh. Like, limited like TBC. That's a tough one. So, I'm not a like classic parsing Andy. If you're a classic parsing Andy, you probably want all of them stacking, because that's like, let's be honest, that's what classic Endgame is, like stacking up everything perfectly to go for that perfect pull, perfect parse, perfect everything. For me, as more of a casual raider, this is so much easier. You just buy like your flask, your elixir, and go. It's just so nice. I personally would like this, but I think I'm the minority. I think more people would like this. But I'm gonna vote what I want, which is this. This survey is what I want, not what everyone wants, right? So this is for me. Should Classic Plus increase the view distance from 20 yards? I mean, I like 40. Should weapon skill remain a mechanism? I don't mind it. All right, guys, it's been 3 hours. I'm gonna save more of these for tomorrow. We've been doing surveys for like way too long. We're gonna do more tomorrow. If you guys want to check out the website, it's pinned in the chat. We got the survey link here. I'm super excited. These are some great questions. I want to play the game a bit.